in that case, hi, Justin. Or I guess
Hi,
this
Hi,
week we should say,
Justin.
hi,
Hey,
Katie.
Justin.
How are you?
Hi,
Nope.
Katie.
All right.
Justin,
Blasphemy, Justin's the only one I will say hi to.
he didn't answer my question.
Oh, how am I? I'm good.
Good. This is you're what this show is all about. So we gotta see how you.
This is true.
This-
We've
This
done
whole song and dance is for you.
we've done
I
this
appreciate it.
what, nearly 3-year-long campaign now just for you, Justin.
Just
I feel so
for...
special.
Actually, I think over 3 years now. But regardless, who would like to give a recap of last session?
We finished the combat. We walked around the manor a little bit. We're just exploring the chaos that was left in the wake of us destroying. Clara had a bit of an emotional moment with her sister. We all went to the window, looked outside, and saw the devastation of a plague, and were like, oh shit, perhaps leaving out the front door is not a way. And Clara, hearing this, was like, you know what, I'm gonna go check out the front door, and then ran down and encountered her siblings and had some words to say to them, and they said some words to us. Then she came running back, and we were like, okay, Mr. Taz, let's go. And we teleported to Mr. Taz, and we were like, hey, yo, we got info, you want info? And then Escher was like,
Wait,
"Hey,
wait,
I
you
got
missed an
some
important
stuff."
part. Oh, wait, no, I think we found it out from Taz. Never mind. Never mind. Keep going.
And Escher was like, hey, I got some spells. You want some spells? And Mr. Taz was like, delicious spells. And then we got a bunch of info about a whole slew of things, especially, related to blood magic and the blood curse and how things are transmitted and how there's different types of blood curses going around and different people spreading them. And yeah.
You also traded some spell knowledge for a new spell.
Yes, I did.
And I believe we ended with everybody going off to take a long rest and leveling up.
Before I took the long rest,
Aw.
I wanted to use sending because Tavro wanted to sending someone. But seeing as he's not here, I will just say, for now, the sending is, hello, you have a collect call from Tavro. Please respond.
All right.
You have a collect call from...
Exactly.
Yeah, so we'll let Tavro give his sending when he gets back. There is one other thing before the long rest. So, Kai, as you kind of asked a little bit about that Chimeran horn to Mr. Taz, and he said it was valuable, and Marilathia kind of like hissed in your ear that you should keep it. And as you go off to take the long rest, she like starts whispering in your ear again and goes, Kai, I think I have something to talk to you about.
Go on. I assume about what just happened.
Yes, that horn you got. It is unique. And it may actually be a solution to the dilemma that came with our initial bond. The fact that I will one day consume you.
I'm back.
Consume him.
That horn...
And how would this solve that?
Well, that horn grew when that demon took a chunk of your soul. Before it was able to do anything with it, you killed it and ripped the horn off. I need a body with your key in it to form and rebuild myself anew. That was going to be your body, but it could be beneficial for us both. If you let me have that horn and see what I can do with it, I may be able to manifest without taking you over.
And what then happens to us if you are successful?
My rebirth will not be complete. I will still journey with you, and I will still expect you to perform killings with the dagger. I will need that. But it may be more of a mutually beneficial relationship without the... I believe this could turn us into a symbiotic nature instead of a parasitic one.
And if you fail?
Then I am still the spirit on your shoulder waiting for you to become a good enough meal.
You don't think there's a chance that trying to harness the soul in a separate entity will sever the connection completely and just leave you in a new body that can't even move?
If that is to happen, you make a good point. I would like to put forward an agreement then. If that happens, whatever forms out of that horn, if it is not completely me and I'm not in control, kill it. My spirit should return to you. As long as I'm not stuck in some lifeless corpse, I should at least be able to find my way back to you. Either way, our souls are tied. I'm simply proposing a solution where we both might be able to keep it at the end.
An interesting proposal, but I think a lot rides on the unknown here.
It is your decision. I am still bodiless. But I urge you to think on it.
Oh, I will. Be assured, I will. There's not much that consumes my mind more.
Very good. That is all for now. And with that, I believe you are all left alone unless anybody has something they would like to do. You all successfully gain the benefits of a long rest.
Connor, did you use ascending without me while I was on the phone?
He said that he was gonna wait for you to come back for whatever you were gonna say.
Hell yeah, I'm typing the message. Give me just 1 second.
Instead of remaking Jerry 2, or does she want to remake Jerry 2?
Jerry 3.
Jerry cubed.
Nah, she's gonna remake Jerry 2.
All right. Yep. With the scraps you were able to gather from his pile, as well as the tools that you have in your pack, you're able to dedicate some time over this resting period to rebuild Jerry 2 into a functioning suicide bomber.
Perfect.
What a strange sentence.
Great. I'm sure there's no way that goes wrong. Great.
I'd say it hasn't yet, but it has.
It did the first time it was used.
Great.
It did immediately.
If I'm correct, I think that's 25 words exactly.
That is 26 words.
He previously had way, no A.
Just get rid
Okay.
of Fox here.
No.
Yeah, I would just do it
Yeah, you
as from Tavro, Cranko, blah blah blah.
And remind me who you're sending that to?
The
His
other
superior.
machine.
Gotcha.
The warden.
Not the warden.
No, the dude at
No.
prison that runs thing.
The other machine.
Captain Machine.
Captain Machine. I forget his first name if we ever knew it.
I believe it was Printa.
It
Yeah,
was
you're right.
Printa,
It was Printa Machine.
because you have Fox Machine and Printa Machine.
Yeah.
I do have a quick question for the party.
Yep.
Yes.
How do we feel about poison?
Like, in us?
Like, that still kills you guys, right?
Yeah.
As of right
Yeah.
now, it still does. Not for long,
How
but
long?
at some point. I don't know about once I am
Are you asking if you can use
33%
cloud kill on us?
stronger.
No.
Are you sure?
No, I'm asking if I can use Cloud Kill on enemies with you in it.
Yeah, obviously.
Once I am 10% stronger, you can do that.
Ah, damn it. Okay. Fine, we'll stick to healing for now. Curses.
Eventually, I will aggro them all, and then you will just cloud kill on top of me.
Blast it! Foiled again by the frailty of the human body. Alright.
Alright. Fox, is the gist of that alright with you?
I approve
maybe
this
it-
mess.
Maybe instead of Fox here, at the end, that.
From
Since he
Tavro,
can-
blah 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 blah. No more, comma, any news?
Yes, since he can respond with 25 words as well.
Yeah, he can respond immediately, correct?
Well, yeah,
Yes.
without the A and Fox here, that's exactly 25.
All right. Let me type out a response so that I get the 25 words as well.
Yeah.
That's the pain of sending. It takes so much
Yeah.
thought to give a response.
Yeah, I apologies. Last session, I told Connor we would figure out the exact message right before the session, but I kind of had shit going on. Oh, that didn't work. Why isn't this working?
Okay, sorry. I got up and I'm back now.
No, you're not.
What's going on right now?
Zach is typing out a response to sending.
Ah, okay. Thought it was eerily quiet when I got back here.
That is the response that you get.
Oh, and that's we sent that the night, right? Is that?
Yeah, so you sent that just before the long rest. As you
Oh,
wake up, the
fuck.
siege is beginning.
Fox, do you
Well-
tell Tavro this since it technically only goes to you?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
I think you might also want to tell Gideon.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
I
Oh, Gideon, but yeah.
I'll tell Gideon.
Actually, I think
Or
there's
you could tell all of us as well.
There's
Yeah,
actually enough words where after the Tell Gideon plague is spreading, it just goes, can't keep under wraps anymore.
Oh shit.
And that brings us to 24 words. So that is all you get.
I mean,
Fuck.
we kind of knew the plague was spreading, but it sounds like maybe the Rakdos incident is spreading to non-Rakdos people.
It's also that, I mean, Gideon would let you know because this was, the plague
Yeah.
thing was like being kept under wraps. Like the general
Yes.
public had no idea about it. Sounds like that might not be the case anymore.
Right. Yeah. I guess Fox and I would just tell the whole group like, we would tell them the night of, not after the long rest. like, we have to make tomorrow quick. The Boros are sieging Winlock tomorrow.
Well, that sucks, but I don't think that's up to us. We've got a big thing to get through. That might not be a one-day event.
I realize that, and I doubt we'll run into any Boros in the Crypt of Keys, but we don't want to be mistaken for Rakdos being cut down.
Oh, god damn it, there are too many cataclysmic events going on to keep track of.
Yeah, there are. Well, I think then that brings about one very important question. Because
What's that?
if we do run into them in the Crypt of Keys, and they do mistake us for Rakdos, what are you gonna do about that?
It's good you said what is he gonna do, because it's different from my answer.
Flip a coin, baby.
Because I'm telling you right now, I will do whatever it takes to get to the end of that.
As will I.
Gideon, do you know if you're more connected in the Wojak than I am? Do you know anything? Does the Boros know anything about the tongue?
Gideon's gonna make a quick history roll.
The Katie answer is probably no.
I realize that, but Katie ain't here, so I can actually get some lore, possibly.
Katie, if you watch this, I'm sorry.
It's a clever. You know what? Turning a PC into a DMPC temporarily is a pretty easy way to get lore in any situation.
Yeah.
And for that, yep, Gideon is aware, which means that the Boros are aware. So Gideon is able to recall there are basically, it's not known a ton of information about it. What it is that there are certain artifacts from each guild that are basically on a watch list, where if they are ever recovered and put into the hands of someone who isn't a guild leader, that person like immediately goes to the equivalent of the FBI most wanted list.
A thug.
It's one of those things where there's no expectation that the Boros would go after it themselves, but if they find out that
Right.
someone else got it, it's not that they're going to try and kill you, but like that is something that needs to be controlled.
Yes, I understand.
Tavro,
Yes.
I did have another spell slot available to me, and you have quite the claim you could make. We did in fact seal two of the biggest leaders in the entirety of Rakdos. If you claim that, you could probably either get them to attack earlier or even delay it if you were able to give them information of the kind. Or you could give some half-truth where you know that people are going to pursue the tongue, and we are just going there as well to deal with it, quote-unquote. That might be able to get some convincing that, oh, this is the update of what you are doing. It certainly sounds like something that would be understandable if you said, we have to deal with they are trying to get the tongue. I'm sure they would understand.
That is a fair point. I do want to mention that I don't think we'll run into any Boros in the Crypt of Keys, because from what we've heard, isn't it like nobody who goes in comes out, essentially, for the most part? I doubt they would really send anyone in, at least immediately after the invasion. But if we do run into them, we can always come back here and barter for a teleportation. So there is that, at least that option for getting away. For what you said, Fox, we could... What do I tell the doctor?
Waiting for you to notice.
Yeah, I don't think we should get them to do the invasion sooner.
It is not my place to put it, but if you were to be Well, I'll put it this way: if I were in your shoes and I had the opportunity to flaunt to the rest of my guild that I dealt with one of the biggest VIPs in their war, I would be flaunting it without a doubt.
Well, you're an asshole.
That is fair. All right, perhaps this, and Tavro will like say this in front of everyone, not just a discussion between Fox. How about this? I'll tell them that and Gideon, we'll tell them that Gideon and I have managed to seal both Lyzata and Hekara. I forgot the name for a second. But we'll tell them how the I can attempt. It's hard with so few words, but we can attempt to persuade them to hold the assault due to how widespread the infection is in Winmont. This is the most concentrated area of the petrification.
That's
So perhaps we can get them to delay it by a bit in fear of the infection.
I think that's reasonable. If you tell them that this place is heavily infected, but you found somebody who might be able to fix it, neat. Maybe they'll postpone it. Do not tell them about Hekara and Lyzata.
No?
They're going to start asking questions. They're going to want to know how, they're going to want to know what happened, and why, and how you two pulled this off. Either they're going to send people in to come get you, or they're going to want you to get out to tell them. There is no situation where you tell the Boros this and they let it slide.
I could say it is suspected that the blood witches have been something has happened to the blood witches and has resulted in the petrification.
That is reasonable.
You also could say the blood witches had a feud and we weren't involved.
Also,
That sounds like we were involved.
Can I, there's one thing I should point out that I don't know if Escher would, but I feel like somebody would. If you contact the people who are going to invade this place and you say, hey, don't invade, your enemies are at their weakest, what do you think they're going to do? Ponder that for a moment.
Say that again,
point.
sorry.
So, Brian, if you contact the Boros, who are going to invade Rixmati, and you tell them, hey, the people you're going to invade are significantly weaker now, so don't invade them. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to listen?
But it sounds like they're worried about the infection.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. Tell them about the infection. Don't tell them that their two biggest opponents aren't here. That will speed up their invasion.
Yeah, alright. Sorry, I'm looking at a text and I can't decipher its meaning.
From who?
AAA.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that one does take priority, so...
No, I'm looking at it, I can't tell if they're saying that the tow truck is coming now or if they're just giving me the information.
I feel like you should do an investigation roll for that.
I don't think it's for now. Okay.
They said they would call you if it's coming, so if they didn't call you...
that is true. I'm gonna plug my phone, let's just make sure it's true.
The alternate is I can use it towards someone else. If we want to try to influence another actor somewhere else.
Such as?
Our hand.
Who? You got cut off. I heard
Our handler.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Oh. Yeah, I thought you said our hand. I'm like, what the fuck is our
What's he gonna do?
I don't know, but there's kind of a network of sneaky people that know how to do sneaky stuff.
Simply put, if we put out that we have acquired, well, what do we have? As I'm just gonna sort of like stop for a moment look over at Mr. Taz, look back at the brick, look over at Mr. Taz, look at the brick, walk over to Mr. Taz, and just be like, just clarification, is Clara Hikara's blood or fake Hikara's blood?
I believe Clara already knows that answer.
Clara's just like waving, like, hi.
Clara, what is the answer?
How many times do I have to tell you guys that she's not who she said she was?
That's not the
That's not
question.
the question.
And Clara
Well,
wonders
you're
why
one
she
that gave you
struggled
what?
so hard to convince her siblings.
It's not. She can be whoever she says she is, and I believe you there. But is she the source of your power? As in, is the source of your power Izolda instead of Hikara? Or is your source of your power actually Hikara?
Oh, gotcha. No, my understanding, and I hope this is right, is that Izolda, who's pretending to be Hikara,
So
is making multiple
Izolda's
children.
Izolda is
Izolda.
grandma. Izolda is just dead.
Okay.
Exava
But
is the one
the-
who is thought to be dead.
Exava.
And Clara has been given information that it wasn't Exava who died to Hikara, it was Hikara who died to Exava, and then Exava took over Hikara's identity.
Wife. That's pretty scummy. So
And-
she
And
couldn't
as
be a
I-
descendant of Hikara.
And
Well, so as I understand it, sorry, can I explain? But
Yeah,
and tell
go
me if
for
I'm
it.
right or not. Is that the person posing as Hikara is creating alternative children. Basically, whenever she doesn't feel like one of them is doing good enough, she like kills them and makes a new one, or like reincarnates them as a different person or something. And so that I'm actually from the Exava bloodline.
so you're a bit off there.
Fuck. Okay.
But not. There are still the limited amount of children. This is a bit of a political thing for you to figure out, so I'm not going to give you all of the why politics are doing this, but there are the original children. You are from the original Hikara's bloodline.
Oh. Okay.
My brain has just been scrambled like a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, really?
So we have one of each of the bloodlines. Now, Clara, is being turned into a key going to kill you?
I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
That is
I
something you
Do
have
not
been
believe that there is only one way to find that out.
That is something you were straight up told. Each of the blood witches who go through the trial are able to create a key without dying.
Okay, cool.
If Clara gets to the end of the Crypt of Keys, she can make the last key.
And then at the end, there's like a little mailbox slot that we just dump the other two in, and it spits out two keys, right?
You have what you need for all three keys, and basically, if you have all three keys when you get to the end, there is a extra special bonus room that only you get to go into.
It's a start.
This isn't finished, but for we could mention the war parties, but not that they've been completely demolished.
At that point, I may be more willing to risk a message sent off to a certain man who has connections and might be, upon hearing that we are attempting to crypt the keys, would have reason to make it easier for us.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a good point. My only question is, he's got connections to a shadowy organization that does sneaky spy stuff, and when they do the sneaky spy stuff, we're the ones they send.
There was the
not
other
always.
party in Winlot that they mentioned.
Yeah, you are
Didn't-
one of the many groups. They are a big sneaky spy organization.
Didn't
Yeah,
he
they-
insinuate that since
Our,
they've
our guy
outlived-
specifically said that there was another group that we replaced for this
We-
for the
Yeah, I thought he had insinuated that they're not useful anymore and that they might not be alive anymore.
I thought that was going to be the case if we went head to head, but I think we just straight up replaced them. I'm not sure if they were murder-related.
Well,
I thought
supply
we convinced him to have to
organizations.
leave.
Okay, we did tell him to leave. The question is, how do the Demir respect human life enough to not kill these people after they've served their purpose?
Nope.
And that you don't have an answer for. You
We
have no
don't an
idea what the
answer to
result of that was.
That's true. So
Granted, there is a chance they could still help us. You're right. Like, they might have other agents who are already going for it that they could pull out, so it's just less competition for us.
I put it to a vote. If 3 of you agree to send that message, I'll send it. Otherwise, I'll just let it be. Asher?
Well, okay. So I think the first vote is: do we send the message to our special friend or to the Boros?
We already sent one to the Boros that is updating the situation. That at least will give Tavro and Gideon a reason to be down here in case they come across.
I'll be more specific. Are we gonna try and delay the invasion or get help? Those are the two
I
options.
think delaying the invasion may be a moot point.
In
There's
character,
only so much we can say before they start being like, "Oh, you're trying to. Why would we push it off?" This is
in
their-
character,
this is
my
how-
vote goes towards delaying the invasion because that legitimately would could potentially perpetuate the spread of the disease, because that's a mess. Now that I know that it's spread with blood, conflict leads to bloodshed. That's how it spreads.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So that is, I put my vote towards trying to slow that down until we know for certain.
Oh,
How about
wait.
how about a modification to this?
Yeah,
Confirmation
Brian had a brain blast.
infection spread by blood. Simply give it.
Yeah,
to
that's
them.
what I was gonna. So, because I think if we mentioned sudden rush of infections that's very concentrated, massive war parties, and spread by blood, that might be enough.
End it with Rakdos-like blood.
That's not honestly.
Well, what you have now in the chat is 17 words. So you have 8 extra words to add on to that as it is, if you would like to say something to try and delay the invasion.
We could go infection spread by blood. Conflict bloody. I don't know.
You have
Okay.
more words than that.
You've got 2 more words after that.
Barely, Kai, barely.
I thought the last thing of what you said was the entire message.
Honestly, I think that is good. If we
It
just say
is,
like,
but we only have 2 words extra, and you said you have more words than that. Only 2
No, I
words,
thought-
Kai.
I thought you said like 8 words and then said, "No, there's 2 left."
No, he said
you
6
might have
words.
Understood. I was
yeah.
trying to explain myself. Shut up. It's fine.
You're good.
if we do have 2 more words, you might want to end it with like a hold off.
That might be a bit too.
Hold
overt.
off, please.
I think hold off is fine. This is a serious matter that you're trying to get across.
Or like, if you can eke out like 1 more word out of that somewhere, end it with "give us time."
All right, here's what we could do. Get rid of gathering, right? So just not 2 massive war parties gathering, 2 massive war parties. Infection spread by blood. Perhaps hold off. Possibly hold off.
Okay.
God damn the
Is that
mental
what-
math we have to do for this.
Sending kills sessions. Is that what you're going to send? Are you sending that to Captain Machine?
What do you think, Fox?
I'm sending what I.
Zach, I'm gonna be honest. If we want to, if we want, for the sake of time, can we put forward like 3 ideas and say our characters found a way to do it in 25 words? Because we're
Sure.
all very close, give or take a word here or there.
Sure.
Like, can we just say we want to let
that's
him?
fine unless Fox wants to lie to us and just send a message to our handler.
Fair.
So, I'll just go with Fox. You're the one actually sending the message. I'll say you can fit it in 25 words if you're trying to say Rakdos fighting, big war, spread by blood, hold off, or if you want to send something to the handler. I'll say you can get that first one in
I'll
25
just
words.
Leave I'm not going to say hold off. I'm going to explicitly say we know it's spread by blood.
All right. You get the response after a minute of sending scout for confirmation. Thank you for update.
That's a start. That's a start. That is a start.
And now you can take a
Yeah.
long rest.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they'll see the infections. The question is, will they actually go to the Blood Witch mansions?
It might
Well,
be in other places. It's throughout the city, because who knows
that's
how
true.
many
It's
trolls
basically-
they have.
Yeah.
Oh, my dreams
But
of rescuing that
that
kobold.
might be
Dash.
just sending the scout might be more time anyway, so that's fine. I'm gonna use restroom, get some water. I think we still have to decide on something to give Taz to teleport us to the Crypt of Keys. Have we decided on that?
I
You're
have
right,
given
Tavro. We do
much.
need to decide. Kai, what are you giving this time?
Sorry, why is it only on me? I know you all gave stuff last time, but why just me? Gideon and
I have
Clara
some
haven't given anything
delicious,
either.
several-day-old lotus blooms.
Also, I tried to offer something, and he straight up told me this is worth more than you're asking.
The goblin has given nothing. Send her to the pits.
Clara would like to pull out an imp covered in black powder and be like,
Oh my god.
the newest creation of the Rakdos. Look at its power.
Throw it
It's-
in the lava.
It's worth noting that this imp did not petrify. And so you pull out this imp covered in black powder while standing over the magma pit, and Taz just goes, "What the fuck are you doing? Get that away from the fire!"
Then teleport us.
He's gonna run over and try and snatch it out of your hand.
If you want to teleport us,
And he looks at you and he goes, and then he looks at the rest of you and he goes, "A guarantee that no explosives ever come into this demiplane again through you, and I'll get you where you want to go."
I cannot guarantee that as long as she is here.
No armed explosives.
hey, nothing's armed.
And he
Zach.
takes the imp that he just grabbed out of your hands and kind of pulls out the 2 arms and he goes, "This counts."
Zach, before this gets too out of hand, at some point, just during the long rest, I would have asked him, would he have any interest in a sample of the plague, the plague itself? I have a vial of blood that has turned to sand. I'd offer that to him.
Oh wait, yeah. I have
It's
some
not-
blood too.
It's not super valuable, but just for a teleportation, I thought that might be something he'd be interested in owning. For his research.
I have a jar of dirt.
And this is blood taken from one of the recent victims.
Yeah, I would tell him. It's from a thrall that was alive when I took the blood. Even separated from the host, it still crystallized into sand. It served my purpose. I'd be willing to give it to him for a teleport.
And he kind of eyes it up and down and goes, "Very well, to the entrance of the crypt."
Yeah.
Let me know when you are all ready. This is an acceptable trade.
You
I'm
can
ready.
take it now because I don't want this on me anymore. So this is a win-win.
All right. In that case, might take a second for this map to load,
Probably.
but I believe you should all be pulled to it.
Clara will put her in. Clara will put the imp back in her bag where it's safe.
While we're teleporting, I have a question.
Yeah.
How long has she been carrying that around?
1 session.
Jesus Christ. I hope there's nothing in here that does fire damage.
No, it's in my bag, so it's safe.
What kind of bag?
No, Zach said it's like the grenades. Like, if they're stowed away, it won't just explode.
Yeah, for the sake of ruling things, as long as it is completely secured within your pack, the second you take it out and get it ready, it is armed and dangerous. But just
yeah, like if Jerry's holding on to it, we're all dead.
Yeah, but just like a familiar that is like staying out of combat won't be targeted by enemies, like things are safe in your pack unless something specifically says otherwise.
Okay.
Just for the sake of making people's lives easier to think about. Now,
there would have been a lot bigger of an explosion the last time, because all of the grenades would have gone off if not.
now, if that thing is like a specific MacGuffin that you have a quest about, might be different. But like individual things like this, yes, I am ruling that they are relatively safe. But Taz snaps his fingers and mist kind of surrounds you for a few moments before you find yourselves blinking and you are now standing in a absolutely massive room with like this red stone tile on the bottom. You see these 8 like almost like large display case plaques with information on them. There are 4 braziers in the corner lit and letting off kind of like this ethereal purple light. You can tell it's tinted with magic. In the center of the room is a large statue of... Honestly, you don't need any rolls for this. The statue is of Rakdos.
Kind of figured.
Yeah. And before, like, it is standing over a fountain, and you see in the fountain are a set of keys. And I don't know if this is actually... I tried to make this visible to everyone, but I don't know. At the base of the fountain, you might be able to see a journal entry.
No.
Okay, I'm going to copy and
Hold on.
paste that into the chat then.
Yeah.
No,
Also,
I tried moving myself there and I still don't see it.
did he
So-
just teleport us because we had the goblin? I went to the bathroom.
No.
I gave him something.
Escher traded the vial of kobold blood that had turned to sand.
Ah. Also, Fox, unless I say otherwise, you have advantage on initiative rolls from now on.
All right, so across the 8 plaques that like grace the room on the sides, each one has a note on it. So I just put that in chat, and as you get closer to the thing, you see that in the fountain there are 6 sets of 3 keys each. That you are like freely able to take, and these plaques explain the rules of the crypt.
Oh.
Zach, I don't know if this is intentional, but there's something I have a question about.
Yes.
It says 1 key opens 1 door for 1 person. Does that mean if I use my key and go through, nobody else can get through?
Correct.
Ah.
For the 6 of you to get into the next room, 6 keys have to be used.
Okay.
Otherwise, that completely trivializes this. If you could have 18 keys, you can just sprint to the end right now, probably.
Question 2. How do summons work here?
You don't know yet.
They don't come with us.
Ah.
Any who oppose?
You're probably right.
Who has summons, Connor?
I will say
Go!
for the sake of this,
My homunculus servant isn't a summon.
for the sake
Yes,
of
it
this,
is.
Jerry 2 counts as an item. You can have Jerry 2 and your cannon come through, and Fox can have his crawling claw in his sack. I am considering those class features, not summons. If you
What
do
about
something like
Maralathea?
Maralathea is a spirit on the shoulder, like if you
She's barely real.
if you do like animate dead, that's when you have the question. Anything that is
Yeah.
like tied specifically to your character, I'm gonna say is just fine for it to go through.
Pat is allowed to bring his
Not to say,
imaginary friend.
if I can't use Jerry 2 or my cannon, I can't really do a lot.
Yeah, you
Well, I
get
can do a lot,
you
but-
get
The
your
cannon's not
homunculus.
like a
You get your homunculus in your cannon. Kai gets his rock band imaginary dragons. Like Escher, if you have your goo that you form, like you can form the stealth goo.
I'd hope so. I die without that.
Exactly. The things that are like part of your character's features you get.
Okay.
Spells, you'll have to try to find out. There is nothing that says information about it.
That'd be real unfortunate if my colony counted as a separate entity and I walk through the door and drop dead because it's keeping me alive.
You had to
Is
spend 2 billion keys to walk through a door.
One free cell. Get out. Go home. You lose, sir. Good day.
Is this the only door we can see other than the one we spawned by?
Yeah, other than the one that you spawned in through, there is one door to the south. Everybody should put 3 keys on their character sheet.
Give me a second. I want to see, because if we're gonna be, depending on how many everybody has used, if we're gonna be getting them and burning them pretty quickly, I might make it like a resource on the character sheet.
I'm making it a consumable.
I just made it a resource because I had the extra slot.
Turns out I don't. Ah,
Can't you?
fiddlesticks.
Yes.
Not 31. Not 31.
I think I forgot to buy healers kits. Healers kits. Wait. Yeah, I think I forgot to get healers kits.
Taz is also a mundane broker. If you wanted to buy anything mundane through him, it's just the normal gold price.
He'll take it for cash money.
For the sake of not screwing you guys over for basic resources that are completely mundane, yes, he trades in gold for basic mundane resources.
Then I tell him thank you, and I drop 15 gold and get 3 healers kits. I have a lot of medical supplies.
Cool.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be how many kits I have. So I have 4. 4 left. Charges. Each one has 10 charges. 10 uses. So 10 times 3 is 30. So I have 32. I have 32 uses of healers kits. We're good. We're back.
Does this door require a key?
The doctor is in, baby.
It does. So the door is like this large ornate stone door, and on like it's like one of those like 2 doors that swing out. Each one is a facade of Lord Rakdos, and you do see at the center, it's kind of strange, it's not like a normal keyhole. There is almost like an imprint, as if the key was molded in this door that you can insert it into.
Well, shall we?
The chaos.
Hold on. I'm gonna add a key to my inventory as a consumable, I think.
Yeah, so straight up, I would recommend just adding 2 if everybody's about to.
Yeah, we're
that's
gonna.
fair.
I don't think we have much choice unless anybody decides they don't want to be in the campaign anymore.
Yeah, like
See ya.
you honestly, you got
Bye.
teleported here, you got your keys. You can walk out right now.
And then we have some neat shiny keys.
Yeah. Fuck you guys, Tavro just wanted to get to level 9.
Fuck you, I got mine. Adios, bitches.
Alright,
Oh, what is
When I click it, it doesn't consume. That's dumb.
just change the number next to it.
I did.
All right, so
Shall we?
as you inlay, each of you, as you inlay the key into the facade in the wall, like the moment that you press it into the wall, you are pushed immediately onto the other side into a... I just realized that I had these overlapping slightly. I apologize about that. But you all kind of teleport onto the other side into this fresh room, one that is currently completely pitch dark. Those of you with a dark vision, which is some of you, are able to see it is a fairly large room with similar kind of stone tiles to the previous one. In the middle of the room is a
I just see black. Does anyone else see black?
No,
Nope. I see.
Let me make sure that your token
can't see
has
that.
dark vision.
Also, Zach, can you delete my token and re-add it? It got fucked up. I think you moved it while I was moving it at the same time, and now it's just glitched.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Give me a second.
Yeah.
All right, Lizzie, I updated your dark
Ah. Thanks.
vision. And Tavra, I just deleted your token, and I'm putting it back on now.
There we
Can I feel Tavro's mass next to me?
go.
Sure. You can start
I would
waving
like to
around
ask
wildly.
Can I stop you before you do that?
Can you see me doing it?
Yes.
Yeah, he has
I
dark
can.
vision.
I want to make sure, Fox, I understand we do need lights, but I want to make sure that that's not going to be part of the challenge before we do it.
Yeah. Also, as a reminder, I can give one of you the ability to see in the dark for 1 hour once per day. I'm not sure if we want to use that now.
I'd like to point
Not
out
while we
I'm
have a
blind.
cantrip.
So is Fox. You have a cantrip?
Well, Fox does.
Right.
So,
I
while
have
you're
dark
discussing this,
vision.
those of you with dark vision are able to see this kind of massive room. You see that there is a large stone plaque in front of you, as well as in the center of the room, a massive magic circle inlaid into the ground with 6 symbols, like basically burned into the floor. Are you going to cast light, or are you going to try and do this in the dark?
Well,
Well, I would like to read first.
Yeah.
All right. What languages do you know?
Ah, fuck. I know
Common,
Minotaur,
Elvish, and Vidalcan.
I know Celestial, and I know Common and Giant. I don't think any of us speak Infernal, if that's what you're looking for.
Or Abyssal.
All right. So let me remind. Yes. So this is not actually Abyssal or Infernal. Kai and Gideon have the ability to read the Vidalcan that is printed on this plaque.
Oh my god, it
Oh.
finally paid off.
What?
Hey, I speak that.
And Escher. Yeah, no,
I
that's,
can't see it.
well,
I can't see it.
you can't read shit right now, but
If they read out the
Dude.
words, though, I know what it means.
Do Vidalcans have dark vision?
I
Yeah, I think
believe so.
Well, either way, Katie's not here. I
Yeah,
would
so
convey
this
the
is-
message
This
to everybody.
is you, so I'm going to put what it says in chat.
Holy crap, they don't.
So I am the only one that
You
can
are the
read this
only
right
one
now.
who can currently read this without any light. So you get that, and looking closer at the magic circle now, you can also see floating in the not floating, but standing in the center of the circle at the middle, are 3 more keys.
So clearly we can't So yeah, I would obviously just read word for word what it says to everybody else.
Well, that certainly sounds to me like we can turn on a light or two.
Yes, I just wanted to be safe.
Wait,
Fox, go ahead.
Wait. The first sentence that you had read, Kai. From the abyss comes all that matter, and all return in death but one. Perhaps if we turn on a light, one of the keys you described will disappear. Perhaps this darkness is the abyss. However, I'd also very much like the ability to see again. My sense of smell isn't exactly on par with where it could be.
Also, everyone with dark vision can give me either an arcana or a religion check to see if they are able to recognize the symbols that are part of this magic circle.
That was so close to being a nat 20. Or I guess,
Oh, hey,
natural
that
19.
bounced into an 18. Okay. Clara, what is this?
All right, Clara, you are able to recognize these symbols. So you're able to see the 6 points of the circle, right?
Yes, I can.
So going from top middle, and I'm going to do this clockwise, you recognize these symbols as they are a mix between like religious symbology and actual arcane symbols that are used in like, and you especially know this having worked with like artificers. A lot of your magic comes through the scientific formula created from these symbols, so you're pretty well versed in it. So top middle clockwise, the symbols are death, Rakdos, abyss, guild pact, devil, and blood. So I'll put that in chat as well.
Okay, we can turn on the lights.
Okay, so all those words are in the thing.
Yes.
Connor, light her up!
All right, you're doing this on Tavra, right? You're casting a
Except
light cantrip.
Rakdos.
Lord of Riots is in there.
But Rakdos isn't.
Isn't Rakdos the Lord of Riots?
Oh, okay.
Look at our glowing bowl. Isn't he magnificent?
I can read this.
Maybe we have to step on them in a certain order that follows the words.
Well, now that I can see and I know who's in here, is there any chance we'd be willing to wait a few moments before we continue if every room is going to be like this? I think I have something that might help us.
Also, one thing to note, Vinny, none of the keys disappear when
Cool.
the light comes
Cool.
on.
Yeah, I had a feeling I was wrong about that, but...
Okay, so sorry. It goes Death, Rakdos,
Oh.
Abyss, something,
There.
something.
Uh,
Oh, there we go.
It took me a second to type it out in the chat.
But
So
yeah,
we just step on them in order of the message?
Perchance, we step on them in the order of the message. You are so smart.
I did it!
Well,
So Abyss.
it specifically says Guild Pact, second planar order.
Oh. And death but one.
So, from the Abyss comes all that matter. Abyss might be first.
And
All
Yeah.
return in death, but one.
So,
and
so-
Lord of
It's also
Lord of
1,
Riots
2,
means
3.
Lord Rakdos.
okay,
And
so
it's
here's
the
what
finale.
it means. We start with Abyss, and you end on Death, one symbol will not be in use. Does that seem
What?
reasonable? So, it says, from the Abyss comes all that matters. You start on Abyss, and all return in Death, but one. So the final one is Death, but there's going to be one that never went back, so there's one we do not like touch. So, as in, everything comes from the abyss, so we start there, but one of these does not go back to death, I think is kind of what I'm thinking.
I think we
See,
step
that's not
on
what I was
all of them in
thinking.
order.
Wait. This one doesn't have a line going to the center. See, the rest of them have like a line, like here, you know.
All
This
three
one
of them
doesn't,
do.
Oh,
and
fuck.
this
It's
one
every
doesn't.
other.
It's
Well,
a triangle.
How about you never say it to me again?
I think we
I forgot
try
about your
stepping on them in
trianglophobia.
order.
I think that might be. If you want to go ahead, I'm not willing to risk my life.
Okay,
We'll just do it at the same time.
Oh.
I'm putting my guess in the chat. That.
Let me see.
So,
Devil.
Abyss comes first, Guild Pact it mentions is second, Bless is 3 with Unholy Blood, Blood is third. The Devil kinda just fits there. Death is second to last because all return from death except for one, Lord Rakdos, the Finale Bearer.
That is actually pretty reasonable.
Alright, go ahead, Kai, step on it.
Wait, the only thing I can think of, why did you put Devil fourth?
It fit.
So, the only thing I could think of...
It was the only one that did not have a specific number for me.
Devil and Blood might be flipped.
But there's a Blesses 3 with Unholy Blood.
Yeah, so when you bring in Blood, it would bless Abyss, Guild Pact, Devil. It blesses the 3 that are there. It's not part of
Well,
the 3. Maybe.
I agree with Rakdos
Maybe.
being the end.
The only ones that
I
are
think
for
Kai
me
might be
are
right.
up for the only ones for me that I think might be switched are Blood and Devil. But
Yeah, like those are. I think those are the two that we have to figure out. That's why I was saying there's a chance it could be. It's just a matter of what it means when it says blesses 3. Because the way I saw it is it blesses the 3 before it, whereas if it doesn't say that Blood is the third thing to happen. It's saying it's acting on 3 things.
Hmm.
But you very well might be right.
wait,
I might
oh,
be
you know
looking
what?
into it.
Blesses 3 as in the third object, which is the Devil with
Yes.
blood.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was
Okay.
thinking.
I like that better.
Okay. Now the question is, what do we do with these symbols? Do we stand on them? Do we smack them? Do we gotta do a magic?
I think we stand on them.
I jump on Abyss.
As you step on Abyss, it starts to glow a like soft purple light.
Wait,
Is
what
it
was
alive?
the?
Yeah,
Hold on.
nothing like, as far as you can tell, nothing adverse happens. It just starts glowing purple as you step on it.
Yeah, stepping on Abyss actually TPKs us.
Yeah, no, you
It
all
leads you to
teleport.
the abyss.
Yeah, you teleport directly to the abyss.
Wait.
Alright,
hold on,
I'm
let me
going
look
to
at
step
it.
on Guild Pact then because that's safe.
Alright.
I want to be teleported to the Guild Pact, but actually I will step on Guild Pact.
As
Wait.
you, oh, go ahead, Usher.
I was gonna say, if Fox gets off that symbol, is it still glowing?
Fox, do you step off the symbol?
Like, do you think we have to press them all down in order
Well,
at the same time, or get?
I just want to. I want to know if we need 6 entities to do this, or if that's not. I'm just curious to see if we need 6 people to do it, or if you could theoretically do it with 1 person.
We have 6 people. I might go out on a limb that it's either. You know what? Screw it. I step off.
You step off and it's still glowing.
Okay, that's
Oh.
that's good because then that can kind of guide potential challenges we run into in the future. It didn't bring us here because we had 6 people. So that is good information to know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Kai does Guild Pact next?
Alright. As Kai steps on Guild Pact, it starts glowing faintly gold.
I will do...
Okay.
Oh wait. Tavro, you have horns. Do Devil next.
Yeah, devil is here. This one.
Devil is this. Oh no, you're right. It is this one.
Step.
As Tavro steps onto the devil rune, it starts to glow for a moment, and then all 3 runes that have been lit flash, and you see one of the keys in the center of the circle ignite and melt.
So it's blood.
Fuck. Okay.
Okay.
Now, did they all go out? Or do we
They
do it
have
again?
all
Yeah.
gone out. It is
Okay, so-
it's like reset, but there's only 2 keys in the middle now.
Yeah, do 1,
So it-
2. Now, I think it would be appropriate if our Blood Witch does blood next.
Yeah, get on blood. I'll do devil.
Lizzie?
Okay. That's
It
here,
didn't
right?
hurt me to
Blood
get it
is
wrong.
this one.
So.
Yeah, you're on blood now. As you step on blood, it starts to glow red. There is
Alright,
no flash.
Brian?
Devil.
Devil starts to glow. It's strange seeing a black light, but it does start to glow black.
Oh.
I don't like the connotations of this, but I will stand on death, which is this one, right?
Death is top middle.
No, first one.
I'll stand on death.
You know which one we were doing.
As you step on death, it is like a sickly green that starts to glow.
How appropriate.
And Rakdos.
Gideon will step onto Rakdos just to complete the circle of one person doing everything. And
It's poetic.
as it like flashes, you now see once again a burst of flames in the center. This time around the keys, as the 2 keys that remain clatter to the ground, free to be taken.
Alright. Well, I'm right there. I'm gonna take one and hand it to Clara.
Boy!
Is it? It's 2 total. It doesn't turn to like 2 for each of us.
No, 2 total.
God.
She gets one of them because it's most vital that she gets to the end. Who gets the other one?
I have superior dark vision. If need be, I can open a room, scout into it. Wait, we don't know
You
if we
can't
need a
go
key
back.
to go back. Yeah.
You
I
probably
don't think
do.
we can go back.
Didn't it, when you use the key, didn't it just teleport you to the other side? I don't think there are door pixies. I think you're in there once you use the key.
Yeah,
Unless you,
once
like,
again,
descend it.
Sure.
the doors are more of these like stone facades, and you
Yeah.
get like it is literally as you use the key on it, you get yoinked to the other side.
Well,
Okay.
we can trade
But
keys freely. I'm
You,
just
Yeah.
gonna pick it
you
up.
can trade keys freely, and one thing to note is the door you came through has the same facade on this side with a hole to put in the key.
Yeah.
So we probably have to use a key for either way we go.
Okay, well, why don't I... The door we came from, does that have it?
The door you came from on this side also has a facade of Rakdos with the imprint where you could put a key.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Does
what I
that make
thought.
sense? Because I think we heard stories about people getting trapped in here indefinitely, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
That
that's
might
why
be
they might be
us.
hunting you down to take their keys.
Well, if they're trapped here,
Oh,
they can't
true.
exactly hunt. They can sit and wait.
Well, if
Shall
they
we?
see other people with keys and then they say, I'm gonna kill them.
Is this the only other door? This one?
Yes, so far it's just 2 doors that you can see.
Well, our options are limited. I think we burn
Tavro
another one.
puts in a key.
all right.
Yeah.
Or it's in a key.
Yep, Kai does it. We all do.
Before
will.
any of
Okay.
you teleport to the other side, I need whoever's putting in the key first to roll a d12.
Tavro
It's
is...
me. Hold on.
The door disappears. Get fucked.
10.
All right. As you put in your keys, you are teleported to the other side to a room with 10 sarcophagi on the sides, as well as 10 pillars. At each of the sarcophagi, you see what looks to be... Each of them is a different type of skull. And we'll give you more information in a moment. But yeah, the like pillar that Tavro and Fox are right next to has this written on it. And sorry, I said it backwards. The each of the pillars has a skull laying at the like base of it, and each of the sarcophagi is labeled with the names of one of the guilds.
So, seeing this, I am a doctor. Can I identify these skulls? See if there's any indicators of what they came from or anything like, or what they maybe even what they
You
died
guys
from.
are lucky this room isn't trapped, because you're just zooming the fuck around.
I just wanted to get rid of the black in the room.
Yeah, I just want to be able to see.
Quick question, Fox. Just in case we might need it, do you have Speak with Dead prepared?
Now, Tavro, unfortunately, coming here, I was not expecting non-combat.
That is fair. I just wanted to know if that was an option with these skulls.
Yeah. So, Escher, which pillar are you looking at first for the skull?
I guess I guess I was thinking, is there like could I do like a medicine check to see if I can identify like the skulls, if I know enough about bones in general, or do I have to do one for each skull?
You can do an overall medicine check, and then for specific ones you might need to do more for more details for the
Okay.
less humanoid
Well, I got a
ones.
nat 1, so that's not gonna, I'm not gonna get shit. Great. Great, that's what I needed right now.
All right,
All right.
Kai, you have the audience with the skulls. That does not make them respond to you.
But I showed them my signet. Please respond.
You show them the signet, and they grant you audience. They do not respond to you because they are
Okay.
inanimate skulls.
So, even though I failed the general check, do any of them look visually different? Like, do any of them have like horns or fangs or anything?
Yes, so you are able to see a few. There are a few that kind of just, at a glance, look like kind of humanoid, and
Okay.
that might make it a bit difficult. The main thing that you're able to see is that one, a few
Yep.
of them are of various sizes. One has a set of horn. Actually, two have a set of horns, but they are very different skulls. I'll describe that in a second. Two things are very strange. One,
Okay.
instead of a skull, is a bit of tattered cloth, and the other is, it almost looks like a little ball of like molten steel. And the
Okay.
final, so almost done. One of them is a facade of a skull carved out of wood. And
So, I have an
yeah,
idea.
go ahead.
Well, it's more of a question for the group. Tavro, I think I have a question for you.
Really?
Who leads the Boros?
Archangel?
It's an angel?
Yeah.
This is something I believe you know. Who's in charge of the Gruul?
Borborigmos.
What is he?
As
You know their name, but not your own guild's leader.
Borborigmos was once a minotaur, now turned horrific cyclops.
Perfect. Start looking for a horned skull with one eye. And I think we might, if we can find one, we might be onto something. I figured the leader of the Gruul would have the most unique skull.
So
There's
I will
one issue.
Yeah, I will note these are purely skeletal. If they were missing an eye in life, it's real hard to
That's-
tell that
that's what
from
I
a
was gonna say.
skull.
Oh, is he not like a? I was thinking he was like a
It's not
Cyclops.
a center of the head cyclops. He's missing an eye.
Oh, okay.
He is
Well,
a
still.
cyclopean minotaur. He is not a
Yes.
cyclops.
Let's start. Okay, well, we'll start off easy. Let's look for a Minotaur skull. You have one in your head, so you might be good at finding them.
Yeah, can I do that, Zach? Look for one that might be more like.
So
or something like that.
yeah, give me an investigation check. Investigation or medicine.
I'll do medicine because I'm horrible at.
Can I do the medicine check?
That was a
'Cause
12 and then turned to a 2.
Doctor?
You can also do the medicine check now that you're
Okay.
looking for something specific instead of
Yes,
just like
that is.
your
that's my
general was
theory.
like, okay, there was a bunch of skulls. Cool. Yeah,
19.
19 is really solid. So you don't see any skulls that would be Minotaurian in nature. What you do find are 3 skulls that are humanoid, but they are large. So 3 of the skulls are humanoid, but large to the point of being on something that is at least large, if not huge.
There goes my theory. I thought potentially each skull represented, like, the leader of one of the guilds. Cause, wait, Kai, what is the wood skull?
One of the skulls is actually wood, but carved to look like a skull, and Selesnya is the Nature Guild.
Do we know who the head of, like, who's in charge of that? Are they like druids or?
Well,
Anybody
yeah.
who wants can give a history check if they would like.
We went to a Selesnyan camp. There were a lot of, like, fae.
He wasn't with us.
You were. That's
No,
where
I
we
was
met
not.
you. No,
Yeah.
Sorry, Tavro. That's where
So yeah,
Tavro is.
this
We
is a
met you in a
relatively
Selesnyan
low.
camp.
Yeah, this is a relatively low DC.
Now I get the net 20.
The Selesnians are run by it's a conglomerate of 3 dryads known as Mot Selesnya.
Okay,
That makes sense with the wood.
yeah, run by dryads. Okay, so
Is there a
I'm
draconic
confident in
looking
that one.
skull?
There is no draconic looking skull. In terms of there are 5 skulls that are large. 3 of them are humanoid. One of them is horned and feline, and the last one is gonna require its own medicine check because it is very strange.
For the weird one, well, first off, there's one thing I want to point out is, it's in the beginning, it says 10 guilds, for those possessed. I don't know if I want to know what possessed means.
Yeah, the 8 is not enough to identify what that last skull is. So out of the larger ones, there are 2 large humanoid skulls, 1 huge humanoid skull, 1 large horned feline skull, and 1 fucking weird skull.
Is there anything on the actual sarcophagi?
Each sarcophagi is labeled with the name of one of the guilds.
That's it, though,
Okay.
right? Oh, thank
That
you.
is all they say.
Oh, Demir's gonna be a problem, but so
Mir might be.
we don't know who's in charge of it or like anybody in it.
Well, they don't exist. No. But
Yeah, but they're listed
originally,
here.
I would
the
like to
tattered
get
cloth. Oh my god.
No, Pat, say what you're gonna say because I think you're right. I think you and me have the same line of thought.
I was going to ask to inspect the tattered cloth and see if it was like a specific color or anything.
So it is a black tattered cloth, and as you take it in your hands, it's almost like halfway between like ethereal and physical.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Orzhov.
I pull out the black cloak I took from the shadow monster. Does it look like that?
It is very similar to that.
Who sent this after us?
That would be the Orzhov.
Are we sure?
Well, I mean, they... Actually, that's kind of a tough question.
Do we know who sent? Because this was a Rakdos thing.
You fought that while you were chasing down Krenko the first time.
Yeah. Because originally I was gonna say that represented Orzhov, because aren't their leaders all ghosts?
Yeah, so they wouldn't have bones.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But then my leader theory went out the door when there was no fucking Minotaur skull.
They do deal with spirits a lot, anyways.
That's true. I still think it's a good bet. Now, I had a question just because I don't want to forget it. You said there was one skull that was like a cat, like feline?
Yes, there is a large skull that is feline and horned.
So that one and the one that Clara was like couldn't identify. So can I look at those two, because I have spent far more time than Escher cares to admit with the Simic, and he's very familiar with what they do. Do either of those skulls look like they were manipulated by the Simic? Does it seem in line with the bone grafting he's seen them do?
You can give one with advantage because you're familiar with the Simic stuff. So for the feline one and the unidentified one, give me one medicine roll with advantage, and that will... I'll let you know.
21.
21. You recognize it's not the feline one. The one that was unable for the others to identify, you are able to identify like the specific mutations that you recognize as belonging to the Crassus experiments of the Simic, where they take... It's basically like reforming a chimera, but instead of stitching multiple things together, they clone things and clone and mix the cells together in incubation until they grow into these strange monstrosities.
Escher's just gonna take that skull, quietly put it on top of the Simic sarcophagus, and just say, I didn't help too much with this one, just let's figure out the rest.
Alright. As you take the skull of that strange creature, you lay it over the top of the Simic one, which is down here, and as you lay it to rest, you see forming in the sarcophagus the rest of the corpse as you see a Category 2 Crassus, a frog shark hyena forms and lies dead within the sarcophagus.
Oh god,
Now,
Escher apologizes to it.
Yeah, as it does, its mouth lulls open, and there's a key within to take.
Yoink! He takes it out of the mouth, he just kind of pats the skull on the head and just gives it a very quiet, I'm so sorry they did that.
And Kai, the picture that you put in chat is basically what the feline one looks like, except the horns are like twisted towards the back of the head instead of forward.
So Rakdos.
That's what I was going for.
Well, see, I was like, could feline be a dragon? But probably not.
Wait, we saw the guy who was guarding the gate to Rakdos. Did he have a cat head that was on the back, or was it a hyena? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The one that we were teleported away from?
Yeah, when we first learned about the fake Clara and we thought about just leaving her behind because she didn't have the brand. That dude had a second face on the back of his face. What was it?
I think it was a hyena.
I think it was too. But
I would say the one that looks like what Pat put in the picture, Clara would grab it and go find the Rakdos.
All right, so you take that, and it's difficult. This skull is like the size of your body.
Can I help
She
her
like
as she's
puts her.
struggling?
Hold on. She puts her head in it and goes, "Hey guys, look at me!"
oh, we're gonna
And it
die.
goes, "Ah!"
We're all gonna die. This is our tomb.
But as you bring that skull over here to the Rakdos one, and you lay it down within the Rakdos sarcophagus, it also begins to form a body. but instead of a demon, Kai, you immediately recognize a Felidar sovereign of the Azorius. And as it forms, it turns to you, lets out a roar, and I'm going to need initiative.
Uh-oh!
See, I shouldn't have just relied on my own knowledge. I should have just rolled for it, because I don't know that.
No, but I had a feeling the big demon-looking skull was not Rakdos, because that's too easy. But I was doing something else, so I didn't even know this was happening.
Oh yay, my
Oh, wait, had advantage.
my foundry is like straight up lagging out with all these rolls.
I'd probably be like over here. Oh, he's gonna be mad when he gets back.
So it's not actually guild leaders, it's just...
Associated with the guild.
Well then how are we supposed to figure anything out?
By making dice rolls!
Yeah, we got the cloth and the wood one, probably.
I mean...
Probably.
Like you
don't know
were
about
able
the
to
cloth.
identify the Simic one. That got you a key. Now you were wrong in identifying the Azorius one, and so it attacks. And give me 1 second to change up the music.
So we kill it, and then we put its head in the Azorius one, and we get a key.
Yeah.
Also, I will point out that we went straight for Rakdos. You know, that one that we think we have a cloth from.
No, that's Orzhov.
No, well,
I thought we said that it was wispy because they were ghosts.
it's I still think it's 50-50, but
All right. As this thing rises up out of the sarcophagus and lets out a roar, Kai, you are the first to react. What would you like to do?
Ah, shit. Alright, well, I am just going to run up to it, and I do not believe it. So it lets out a roar, like, I assume I can tell it was not a friendly roar.
The other one, when you successfully put it in its coffin, formed a body, laid peacefully, and gave you a key. This was a bit different.
buddy, we're in initiative. Go get killing.
I'm gonna give you a straight up. Kai is smart enough to realize that this is not the same as that.
We are seasoned veterans. Huh, you are.
Ah, shit. Shit.
As you pull out your dagger and you're able to get a quick slash across it to start, but a little small, always shrinking piece of you that still respects these things as the great sovereigns of the Azorius pulls back just enough that it's able to dodge out of the way of your second and third strike against it.
Alright, guys, so its AC range is somewhere between 13 and 21.
You're really narrowing it
As
down,
you will.
bud. All
I
right,
can start 21.
Jerry 2 is now up. Clara, what's it doing?
No, it acts on my turn.
Cool, I'm removing it from initiative. I prefer that.
Yeah.
Gideon did say he was doing stabos.
I just gotta check his movement.
Can he dash as a bonus action?
Yep.
Is that a rogue
Yes.
thing?
He is going
Yep, do
to dash as a bonus action to get within melee range, and then try and make a strike with the Mistblade. Now you know it's between 15 and 21, as it kind of like clamps down
Ooh,
and takes
nice.
one of its horns and knocks the blade out, parrying it at the last moment. Clara, you are up, and someone's doing funky shit with templates.
It's me. I'm trying to figure out what a 15-foot thing looks like, because I don't want to hit my friends. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon my
Straightforward.
cannon. Okay, hold on. So, cannon here.
Oh my god, are you
can
using
delete the
something
tab.
other than the protector cannon for the first time in the
Yes,
campaign?
I am. It's so exciting. Okay.
You can scroll to angle the What are you doing?
That was me.
Oh, okay.
I had never used the cone template before, so I wanted to try it.
Okay. So I'm gonna summon it right next to me, and then if I want to put a 15-foot cone going this way.
Yeah, you're
sorry.
able to hit
you
it
can-
without your allies. Definitely.
Cool. Okay. So it's gonna do its little thingy-majigger, which is
'Cause
this
this
one.
is the
Hold on.
flamethrower one, right?
Yeah. Features, flamethrower, use this way. Bop. Why did that open my character sheet? I don't know. Okay. So then I roll my damage.
Nice.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, as you set
I mean,
down
it
your
wasn't
cannon,
a ton of damage, but whatever.
Hey, it's something. As you set down your cannon, and it just starts spewing out flames over this thing. And it kind of like yelps as you, like the smell of burnt fur just starts to clog up the room.
Wonderful. Okay, and then
Can I use just 2 words just to say Clara run?
well, you see, then it's gonna hit me though.
Oh, because summoning that thing was a bonus action, I assume.
yeah.
Well, it's action to summon it, bonus action to use it. So yeah, because I thought about that because I can disengage as a bonus action. Remember?
That's
Yeah,
why
you
I was
are a
saying
goblin,
it, but I
but,
forgot about that.
Yeah, no, deploying it and using it on the same turn is everything but movement.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna stay there. Can Jerry too? I can't see him anymore because he's behind this. The angle's wrong. But can he move just 15 foot like this direction?
That's 15.
Cool. Okay. Yep, that's good. And he takes the dodge action because I don't have anything to command him. So if
Fair
he
enough.
gets attacked, he's dodging. And that's all.
Yeah, this thing is now like finally it like pulls itself out ready now to strike after it did like a little bit of stretching, and against the one who not only just lit it on fire but also put its skull in the wrong sarcophagus. It's going to attack you, Clara.
No!
It is going to start by trying to rake at you with its claws.
Wonderful.
That's
Will a
not a
22
bad
hit?
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any like reactions. You do.
I
Hellish
do.
Rebuke. Okay.
I do have a reaction.
It once again fails as it rakes across you with these like large feline claws. It digs through the small amount of armor you're wearing, just clawing a chunk out of your chest. You send up a stream of flames and it pulls its claw back, but then shakes it off quickly and turns to bite down on you with its massive teeth.
Oh, that's pretty mean.
Well, it asked you to lay it to rest, and you put it in its sworn enemy's sarcophagus. So it leans forward, bites down, and just rips a chunk of flesh out.
I'm in danger.
And that will bring us to Fox.
So hear me out. It's only gonna go after her.
You need. Oh, well, I guess you don't really need me. You can just use my body, but.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on now.
No, bad.
One of those options doesn't get us blown up, though.
You know, Clara, you look like you're doing fine. I don't think you need any help. You guys have something to say?
She's hurting.
You just see a puddle of blood forming around Clara's feet that is like, it looks like she's lost half of her blood.
Yeah, it's
Much
fine.
more than half.
Clara, do you have a weapon out?
No. I got a cannon.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll just settle for casting a spell then.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I will.
Dong.
As you send out this reverberating toll as the necromantic spirits of the Orzhov come to claim this thing and return it back to the death that it once had. But it is able to shake that off and completely ignore it, focusing only on Clara.
That's it.
Tavro, what would you like to do?
It do be me. Oh, still had that on. Please. Hello, thing. I'm gonna smack. I will recklessly attack.
All right. Right, the
Bonk.
spear does have 5 feet of reach, so
Dunk. And that's it. And now, my friends, I must leave you. The tow truck is coming.
fair enough. I will have you
that's good.
smack in any future rounds that you're not here.
If oh yeah, we have you guys have 12 minutes. Never mind.
Yeah, so Tavro runs, stabs it twice, getting chunks out of the shoulder, and you see as he's opening up these wounds, they're not super massive, but it does start pulling it apart. And that will bring us to Escher.
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, now I can see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, Lord, what did you do? Fox, how dangerous are we talking?
Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah,
It almost killed me.
you're not dead yet. We can wait a little bit longer. I don't feel like burning a spell slot just yet, so... Oh, I need to target a creature. So for now, I'm gonna drop one of these. I'm probably gonna hit with this. Normal
A
damage.
21 will hit.
That's terrible damage, but it takes a little bit of necrotic damage, and it can't heal now. So that's neat. I don't know if it has an ability to heal, but that felt like something it might have.
Yeah, you see as some of the flesh, and the flesh is still kind of reforming around the skeleton as
No,
we
stop it.
speak. And as you do it, you kind of put a halt to that, as now a chunk of it sloughs back off, and where it was still reforming, it now looks like it has been paused in its reformation process. Kai, what would you like to do?
Kai up here?
Yeah.
I was like, I can't see him.
I think I have but one option.
He do what the monk do.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, alright.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow, that's good damage.
Very nice.
Again.
Ooh.
No. Again.
Punch him in the face hole. Oh, okay. We're narrowing down that
Range
AC.
of
Nice.
AC shrinks.
It's 16 or 17, so that's good.
Yeah, as you stab into this thing, tear off like a chunk of the flesh that has now stopped reforming, and then you just dig your hand in there and rip out one of its tendons, and it kind of like staggers a little bit and lets out a yelp of pain. Gideon's gonna try and capitalize on that and stab
Sneak
deep
attack.
into the same area.
The Mist Blade.
We should call it the Miss Blade, am I right?
Yeah, probably.
As Gideon tries to shove his rapier into the exposed wound, but this thing, like, reeling back in pain from Kai's strike, is, like, just reels out of the way moments before Gideon's able to get in there. Clara, what would you like to do?
Wonderful. Clara is going to take the disengage action
Fair.
and walk away. And she's gonna go hide behind this pillar over here. Great, okay. And then she's gonna use her bonus action to do this. Oh god, I can't see it
didn't-
anymore.
oh,
I know
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
over here
You can
somewhere.
just move Clara back for the sake of doing this, and then... Oh,
Does
you got
that hit
it.
it?
Perfect, yeah.
Cool, okay. God damn! This shitty damage! Ugh.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
This time it is able to save, and seeing that the cannon's about to spew flames once again, it's able to hop mostly out of the way. It kind of... Are you done?
Well, it takes half as much damage.
Yeah, it did take the half damage.
Cool. And then I'm gonna Fury of the Small it to take 9 more damage, please.
Can you do that if it's the cannon doing it, or is Fury of the Small just on damage or on an attack that you did?
I don't know. Hold on.
When you damage a creature
When
with
you
an
damage
attack
a creature
or
with an attack
spell-
or a spell.
You know what? I will say that your cannon is the equivalent of a spell.
Cool.
It is a class feature.
I mean, when
That
I
it-
use
it-
my...
it- yeah. So how much extra damage is
I mean,
that?
I would, like... 9. It, like, the other one, it does say make a ranged spell attack. This one doesn't say make a spell attack,
Well,
but
it doesn't.
kind of...
It says
is
attack
favored.
or spell, and spells with saving throws still deal damage. So I'm saying that it is effectively the same thing. I'm fine with having that be what it does.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, so it takes the extra 9 from that. And then, Jerry's just gonna... He's just gonna keep walking down here. I don't even know how many feet 15 is. Are these little squares?
That's 15.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, I realized that
Cool.
this a group of 4 tiles is 1 5-foot square. It's kind of hard to tell with this.
Oh wait,
ground.
he has 20 feet. Whatever. Yeah, he's just dodging.
All right.
That's all.
The Felidar kind of like leans down, gets into a pouncing position, and jumps directly at you, Clara. Gideon is going to make an attack of opportunity against it. Kai, you are also
as is
welcome
Kai.
to.
Yeah.
Do I get any bonus from hiding behind this pillar?
If it doesn't die from these attacks of opportunity, it's about to collapse that pillar on top of you.
Wonderful. Good job.
Okay,
Sneak attack.
Gideon is going to sneak attack it.
Good job, Gideon.
Wherever you are.
Good job, Kai.
Thanks, I try.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as this thing leans down to pounce and then jumps, Kai and Gideon are both able to, like, Kai, you reach up, you stab it in the chest as it's going over, throwing it off balance. Gideon is able to push the rapier through its neck, bring it back down onto the ground where it collapses on the sarcophagus harmlessly.
Important distinction. Who landed the killing blow?
Oh, yeah, that is important.
Gideon doesn't get anything from killing it, and you do, so I'm going to say that you do just for the sake of...
Yeah.
It meaningfully progresses you as a character and doesn't for Gideon.
I also get 11 temporary health from that.
I think Kai should also get the he's here bonus.
Also that.
I'm playing fair.
But as the thing dies once again, the
There you
flesh
are.
kind of like sloughs off of it and melts into a puddle on the ground, and it returns to being nothing more, but now a more battered and fractured skull.
Alright. Hold on.
Clara's just gonna peek around from the pillar
here,
and be
you.
like,
Don't move.
is it gone?
Can I pick up the Sorry, do you say the skull is still there?
The skull is there, but now fractured.
Thanks.
Don't do that
I'm
again.
still going to pick it up and put it over by the Azorius.
Yeah, so you are able to... Actually, I'll leave it because it does reform. You drop it in the Azorius. This time, it lays peacefully, but it opens its mouth, and instead of a key, it looks like just a... It looks like its insides have gone to necrosis, and it is just like soupy black flesh on the inside of it. There is no key.
I don't want to forget, Lizzie, you actually get 1 extra health back because I leveled up. So you got 16 instead of 15. Use that 1 health wisely.
Don't lose it in one place.
Exactly.
Rest
so-
easy, Felidar. I'm sorry we did not lay you to rest properly.
So I know this is when we usually call it, but my understanding is that everybody is remote today, and also Katie's not here, so if you guys
I'm
want to
ready
keep
to
going...
keep going.
Yeah,
I'll just
fine
try
for
to
me.
solve a
On
little bit.
Selesnya.
Yeah, that.
You said wooden
Hold
skull
on.
on the Selesnya?
Wait. Before we go for the obvious choice, maybe somebody would like to roll a die or two to confirm.
We literally did roll a history for this one.
Oh yeah, wait, I got a nat 20 on the Selesnya one, yeah. Never mind, yeah,
it was the
put it in
3
there.
dryads.
Yeah. put it in
Selesnya
there.
is run by 3 dryads, and
Yeah.
a lot of the Selesnya uses fae and like woodland spirits.
Yeah, okay, put it in there.
You put the wooden skull into the coffin marked Selesnya, and you see a wood-woad form complete, and then it opens up its like wooden facade of a face, and you do see a gnarled wooden key ready for the taking. Also, I hope it doesn't have to be said, but please keep track of your keys, otherwise this dungeon falls apart.
Yeah, I took the one from the Cynic Abomination, so I have 2 now.
I will take the Selesnian one.
Yeah, so everybody should have 1 key except for Clara, Kai, and Escher.
So there is an outlier here that I think we have to consider. One of these is just a fucking metal ball. It's
I was
not
just
a
about to
skull.
say, what is the ball of steel?
Is it?
It is worth noting that the ball of steel is like soft and slightly molten. It is
That's
warm to the
gross.
touch, but not to the point of damaging you.
Are any guilds associated with, like, mech or stuff like that?
Is it?
I was about to say, does this have any kind of like properties similar to like Mizium or any like materials we use in the labs?
Anyone can give a history check. Lizzie can give history or arcana with advantage to see if it's material she's familiar with.
Yeah, let's do that first. I want to see what she gets. Oh my god. Hold on, alright, I think I do have to roll. What are the rolls we can make?
So it would be
History or Arcana.
history or arcana. Clara, I mean, it's hard to tell. You were mostly in the pyrotechnics labs, where this would be in the
Jeez.
metallurgy labs. But like, it does seem like some sort of mechanical piece. It wouldn't look out of place in an Is It laboratory.
I think it's Is It.
Yeah, and that skull wouldn't look out of place in Rakdos, so you hold your horses. There might be another one here that could be. What else do we know about the Izzet, and what else do we know about these skulls?
Well, I don't see a dragon skull, so it's not
Yeah.
like Niv-Mizzet or anything.
You don't see any draconic skulls, so I'll just repeat what is left. There are 2 like human-sized humanoid skulls. One has horns. The other doesn't seem to have any defining features beyond being humanoid.
There's a humanoid skull with horns?
There is a humanoid skull with horns.
Motherfucker, I asked about the ones with horns, and you never mentioned that!
You asked about the large one with horns.
I asked if any of them had horns!
And I said
Yeah,
there
you
was
said-
a humanoid one.
Yeah, he did say that.
There,
Do the horns look devilish?
you can give me a religion or nature check.
I drag Fox over and I point to it and ask him if they look fiendish. Fox, do a roll. Can I help him on this roll so he has advantage?
Yeah, you know what?
Down here.
This is you're doing this as a group. You can compare notes and do that with advantage. So one more roll, Fox.
I press my head to his and channel my intelligence into him. For the love of God, please.
At a 16, Escher, you're able to help a bit, but it's actually Tavro who's kind of able to come and go, oh, I actually, like, this looks exactly like the skull of the thing that I fought, of one of the things in the, not the one that he fought, but one of the fights that he watched in the Undermansion fight pits. This does seem to be a demonic skull.
Wild. And who uses demons?
Over here! Over here! As Clara's pointing to the one she just tried.
Okay,
You know.
I'll toss the skull over there.
That's a pretty good idea. I hadn't even thought of that. Good job, Cora. You figured it out.
I have a cannon ready in case!
All right, as you place the skull
Fox, do it.
with these like kind of gnarled horns coming out, you see as a demonic, a barbed demon forms within the sarcophagus, its mouth lolling open with a like slightly spiky Icarus key laying there.
Here, Clara, have a key.
She's already got one. It's,
I already have 2.
yeah.
All
This
right.
one goes to you.
So the remaining skulls are a normal humanoid skull, as far as you can tell. The tattered cloth, the slightly molten steel, 2 larger skulls that both look humanoid, and you can do a medicine check to look more in depth at either of them, and then 1 huge skull that is humanoid.
Okay. So the huge one, I think, has a good chance of being Golgari, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say like giant. It could be like a giant.
Oh,
Gruul would be the
Oh, Gruul,
giant.
sorry.
oh, Gruul.
Yeah, that's
yes,
what I mean.
sorry. Both G's. Yeah, we both fucked
Yeah,
that
yeah.
up.
Gruul.
I just realized something. I don't know. So I know we were saying the cloth might be the Orzhov, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hear me out. It might be the Dimir because they don't have bones of anybody from the Dimir. There's a chance. What else would it be from Dimir?
I mean,
The
Demir
normal
could just
human.
be a
Normal
human.
looking one.
Yeah, the normal human.
Ah, yes, because when I think of the Dimir Guild, I think of your average Joe normal human.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's the
Yeah.
point.
That's the whole point.
Once again, if you would like to do any more in-depth looks, like you haven't really looked any more in depth at the humanoid skull or
Yeah.
the cloth, like you can make rolls to try and identify
That-
anything more
the
specific
normal-
about it if you would like.
The normal humanoid skull is probably the closest that I would have experience working with, because I heal people. Can I do a roll on that to see if I can identify
Yeah,
anything
give me
that stands out?
a medicine check on that.
'Cause I'm waiting for it to be like, yeah, this one has gold teeth. That's going to be a 25. I want a family lineage.
Yeah, so this is something that you've never personally worked with, but something does, after enough looking, does actually catch your eye, and you realize it's a subtle defining feature about this that you've read about but never personally seen. Normally where like a humanoid has eyes, like the sockets kind of go back and they have a channel towards where the nerves can connect to the brain. These, it almost looks like it's just like it's scooped out and there's no hole that goes further back. And you realize that is a defining feature of celestial skulls.
Just like the Demir, right,
Gross.
guys? Right? The Demir!
Hey, we didn't say that it was Demir. You asked what could be Demir.
Yeah. Fox, do you wanna do something with this?
Vinny, can you go into the Nerdy Fox chat, go into a voice channel, and then click on the soundboard, the bonk sound?
Yeah, hold on, give me a second. Yeah, that's right, he bonked you real good. Actually, I think there should be a Fox, Tavro thing. So I'd probably tell him then, and be like, this is of your people, if you'd like to do the thing.
Are you guys having... Since Tavro's not here, I'm just gonna have him put it in the Boros if you all tell him to.
Yeah, I will.
Yes.
Dude, put it in there!
As he does, you see as the body of one of the Battle Force angels forms, and a golden key is laying in the mouth.
Give that one to
Can you
Tavro.
give that key to Tavro?
Tavro does have two as well.
Oh wait, yeah, fuck him.
He
who
took
doesn't have
one of
two?
the first ones.
Give it to Gideon. Gideon is also Boros.
Yeah,
All right,
correct.
I will give Gideon a second key.
Does
I think
the cloth
everybody
one...
has two now.
Yes.
Does the cloth on the clothed one look like any like Orzhov burial cloth or rich fabrics or anything like that?
Give me a religion or history check with advantage because you're specifically asking about your guild.
Where'd that D4 come from?
I casted guidance on myself.
Okay, yep, that'll do it.
Yeah, the funerary cloths of the Orzhov are quite distinct. And as you look through this, you notice it's not that it looks off, but it feels just a little off to you, and you realize after a while it's because there is literally no finery on it. In the Orzhov, even those who are destined to be servants in the afterlife have gold inlays and finery etched into the cloth. This has none of that.
It's not Orzhov.
Laura really wants to
Well-
take the ball of steel and put it on Izzet.
If you would
How
like to
many
do that, you
skulls are
can.
left?
There are two large humanoid skulls that haven't had much further look into them. One huge humanoid skull, the ball of metal, and the cloth.
How about this? It's probably not the huge one. Let's have Clara look at the other two big skulls to see if she can find any kind of is it relation. If she can't, then she can put it in the thing.
All right, that'll be a normal medicine
Hang on a
check
second.
unless you can think of a specific thing to tie it to the is it that you'd like to roll against.
Lizzie, go nuts.
Yeah, I got nothing, so I'm super good at this. Yeah!
They are both quite large. You notice that one of them is like a little bit misshapen, but not in any way that you really understand how it makes a difference. It kind of just looks like it had its face bashed in when it died. The other one looks like it has like additional material inlaid with the bone, but it's kind
Or
of
the-
deep inside, and you're not able to tell exactly what it is.
That sounds like Orzhov to me.
Clara's just gonna say, I don't know, and then she's gonna go walk over and grab the ball of steel and say, where is it?
You know what? I think that's reasonable, because which ones do we have left? We have the Gruul, which I don't think would be the metal ball. That seems seems unlikely to me. I don't think it would be. It's definitely not the Golgari. If it's the Golgari, I will eat this phone. And I don't
the
think
Demir
it could be the
wouldn't
Demir. But
make any sense.
we wouldn't know why. If it was the Demir, I don't think any of us would have the
Yeah.
knowledge of why. So the last thing is, can Fox find any connection between that metal and the Orzhov?
Fox can make a religion or history check with advantage if you would like to compare the metal with either funerary rites or what the Orzhov used to mint their currencies.
I'm looking if it's similar to, what's the name of it? The coins, the Xeno
Soul
coin,
coin?
that's it, yeah, Xeno. The
Oh.
metal for that, or something like that.
All right,
Similar
yeah,
to like
that
the
would
metals
be
that we
that would be a history with advantage.
Alright. So I'm going for like the metals that we usually use for like minting or even like engraving and stuff, if that's too specific.
No, that's history with advantage.
And add a guidance onto that.
This man's got the BG3 guidance up.
All right, so with a 14, it's you haven't been super in tune with the minting process. You would expect it to be either gold or platinum, which this doesn't seem to be. It seems to be some sort of like magical steel alloy. So it does seem that it wouldn't be what you would expect, but it's also not really your department.
I'm back.
There's not obviously anything that we would use for our refinery. And even if it were, we would be embellishing and adding, well, refinery to the school. We wouldn't be replacing it with a ball of metal.
Brian, you got a key while you were gone. You didn't get one. You
No.
earned one, as in we let you put the skull in, but then we gave your key to Gideon
No.
because you already had two.
Yeah, he took the key from the previous room. So I think everybody currently has 2 keys.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we figured out one of the humanoid skulls was a celestial skull, so we let you put that one in the Boros thing, and we found out one of them was a devil skull, and that's the one that belonged in Rakdos.
Rakdos.
Oh, so we still get Rakdos.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got
Yeah,
it. We
so,
got Rakdos
so
right
far,
now.
5 of the skulls are in place, 4 of which were successful on the first attempt.
Yeah. So we're thinking we're gonna put the ball of metal in Izit, and because we can't really connect it to like the Golgari or the Gruul, who are more like chaotic and nature themed, and Fox is saying it's not Orzhov, and if it's Demir, then we're fucked anyway. So we're letting Lizzie put it in the Izit.
Go forth, Clara.
So Clara, is it right?
So which one's
This
is
one-
it?
This one over here is it?
Okay, so she's gonna go over there. She's gonna bring her little cannon boy with her so that she can line it up in case she needs to. Hold on,
Would it
it's coming.
Strategically take cover behind the large man.
All right.
We're just gonna put that there.
And
Oh, I touched Fox again to give him advantage on initiative.
Stop touching him.
Oh,
I love
Is it-
touching Fox.
all right,
You can't do so.
as you do
Single
that,
blind.
you have see as the metal kind of like melts and expands into what you now recognize as a blister coil weird, one of the elemental homunculi that work within the Izit labs.
Oh, thank God.
And within it is kind of like this red molten key that starts to form from the head area.
Okay, sorry. Do we all have the same amount of keys now?
Yeah, you take it. You
Yeah,
take
so
it.
you can go up to 3 keys now, Clara.
Yeah, this is fitting.
Cool.
Okay. So we've got 2 big skulls, 1 big skull, and the claws. So I think
Yeah,
the
sure.
easiest. Eh?
Yeah, sure. Could you use your special sights for a moment, please?
All right. Dinner time! Ah, there we go. Detect magic up.
What school of magic is contracts?
Uh,
Do you have one for me?
It is enchantment magic.
Are any of these under the effect of an enchantment?
I'm gonna start sniffing. Are any of these skulls magic at all?
Find the truffle, boy. Find the truffle.
Every sarcophagus has enchantment magic on it. It is not the
Not
skulls
the
themselves.
sarcophagus,
It is
yeah.
the sarcophagus that has magic on it. They all
Sorry, boss.
have enchantment. All of the skulls have necromancy on them.
Yeah. Sorry, boss. Skull's got necromancy, but that's it. And I think we know why.
Yeah.
So, hear me out. I heard Clara say one of those big skulls had something inlaid within it. Fox, come take a look. I'll
take a
hold it
look.
open. You tell me what's inside. If it's
Teeth.
gold, it's you.
All right, because you are doing this together, this would be a medicine check with advantage.
You want me to just roll it?
Either of you can choose to do it. You're helping each other out. It's whichever
roll
one.
I will instruct you in the ways of how we inlay gold.
I'm just gonna crack it open, point to one piece, and go, "What's that?"
Yeah, a 27, and this is subtle enough that it was hard for Clara to see, but this is a ritual for the Orzhov that Fox is able to tell you about, where honored members of the Orzhov, when they die, if they die without debts and they were in service of the Orzhov, any damages that they sustained in life, like broken bones, scars, and things, will be filled in with gold to make their corpses pure before burial. And that seems to be what happened here.
I don't know why it's so large, but here you go, pal. I think this further cements my theory of the cloth representing the Dimir.
You originally said Rakdos.
I will take the skull to the Orzhov.
And that would be right here.
As I lay it down, I'm going to say whichever funerary prayer is typical and that I could get off within the span of like 30 seconds.
Yeah, there are like
Oh, you're
quick...
trying to get off in 30 seconds, huh?
Well, with you next to me,
There are quick rites that you're able to, like, there are standard ones that you can do very quickly while laying the quite large skull in. And as you do so, the body of a giant, something that you do not see often. These are the vault guards of the Orzhov, the enforcer giants. They are the highest esteemed, like, servants of the Orzhov. And as it lays down, its mouth lolls open and a golden key is within.
All yours, pal.
Thank you for your service.
Now, unless anybody has any other ideas, I actually have a different theory I would like to test.
Which is?
The other, like, larger, like, giant skull, not the colossal one. You said it had been, like, warped or, like, malformed?
From what Clara tells you, it looks like his face got beaten in before he died.
I think I, being the person who could arguably be the most qualified to figure this out, does it look like damage that could have been done from, like, rot of the bone or, like, fungus or something like that?
That would be medicine
really
with advantage from you.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that perhaps that could be, this might be the Golgari one.
I think it's Gruul.
Wouldn't Gruul be the real big one?
Maybe.
We could find out.
15.
A 15 is enough to recognize, because of what you're specifically looking for, and you don't realize exactly how accurate it was. This is the skull of something that had bone rot. Like, because you called it out beforehand, a 15 is enough to diagnose this had bone rot before it died.
And I figured that if Asher has spent a decent amount of time with the Golgari. Is that common amongst them?
Not necessarily all of them, but one of their tenets is kind of life after death, and also, like, taking in even the most harmful of things because all life can prosper in some way or another.
Yep.
Growing rots within corpses is not uncommon for them.
Well, I'll bite the bullet on this one. Where's the Golgari one?
That would be over here.
Tavro, can I have a light, please?
Yes.
Mr. Glowing Man, thank you. Well, wish me luck. Let's hope all of that. Let's hope all the time I spent with them paid off, and I'm gonna plop it down in there.
And as you lay it down, you see as the corpse of a rot troll forms,
Oh,
and its
vile
mouth
creatures.
kind of like this one is almost like completely missing its jaw because of the pustules bursting from it. But you are able to take out a slimy covered green key.
I'm gonna wipe that off, and I will be taking that one.
You
So-
are green slime. What do you mean?
It's in me. I don't want it outside of me.
You are literally made of green slime.
And that slime is me. I don't want this slime getting mixed in with the me slime because I might not be able to tell them apart.
Yeah, Lizzie, that is like saying, "Oh, Vinny, you have to blow your nose every once in a while, so why does it bother you when someone else wipes their snot on you?" All right, so there are two left. One humongous skull and one piece of tattered black cloth.
I think
And-
Tavro's the only one that can carry the big one, so go on,
Yeah,
pal, go
can
check
I
it
take a
out.
look at the humongous skull?
Yeah,
It's
are
gotta
you
be
looking
like
at
a
anything
giant
in
or an
particular?
ogre.
Or are you
Does
just
it look like it's taking bludgeoning damage? Like, are there like chips of it gone or something like that?
Yeah, give me a medicine check with advantage.
19.
Wow, good job.
Not only does it look like it has sustained some damage, it also looks like it is nearly impossible to break. This thing's skull is so thick you have no idea how a brain fit inside of it.
You did.
Yep. This is gruel. Where's the gruel?
Gruel is in the bottom left.
Here?
And
Are you?
as you lay it down, it kind of lays on top of the sarcophagus and kind of just like lying on top of it as it forms is the corpse of a hill giant that is just kind of sprawled out on top because none of it fits within the sarcophagus, and inside its mouth, almost as if like formed out of its teeth, is a bone key.
How many
Oh,
keys does
man,
Tavro
that-
have? You have 2, right?
I have 3 now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is a fitting third key for you.
All right, and I mean,
Uh,
I'll be straight up. There's one piece of cloth and one sarcophagus left. Would you want
Oh,
to
I
put it
already
in there?
took it while they were laying the last.
I think. Wait. I have 3 keys in my inventory right now before adding one.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Did you
Wait, didn't?
shouldn't.
did you get rid of one of your keys when you went into this room?
Yeah, so I probably should have 3 now.
Yeah, you should have
Yeah,
3.
you should have 3 now.
Yeah, okay.
Kai, as you lay the piece of cloth in here, more tattered cloth kind of forms across the bottom, and it doesn't look like there's any corpse in here at all. Just tattered cloth brought together into almost like seemingly incongruent robes, and nestled in the center of them is a black key.
Yoink.
Lovely that's the Demir.
I have to say, I never know their next move. This is consistent for them.
All right. I'm down to keep going, but also you did just
No.
complete a room and it's kind of
Yeah,
late.
I think.
This is
Yeah,
a
I
good
think
spot to call it.
ending it here. I think that's a good spot. I was really waiting for the humongous
Oh.
skull to be like, you idiots, you didn't know that the massive skull was from John Demere, the famous giant? Idiots.
God.
You didn't know that that cloth was actually fucking Borborygmos' loincloth? You fools!
Everyone knows Borborygmos' spectral loincloth.
You couldn't. You should have made a perception check. You could have smelled his musk coming off of it.
Ugh.
Well, you know what they say. Why are giants so good at hiding?
Why?
'Cause you never see them doing it.
You got
That's
me there.
true.